Today, I'm interviewing a trader who live streams all of his trades and has made around $500,000 from starting with just $100 trading meme coins. And that person is Ghosty, bro. Welcome.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm glad to have you, man.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of juicy questions prepared. You guys should all go check out Ghosty first of all. He's an amazing streamer and YouTuber and of course trader. But you know what? I just want to get right into it. Are you ready to start, Ghosty?
Do it, man. Do it.
Okay. Now the first thing, I put out a big statement there. I mean, you started with just $100 pretty much, and you've turned it into this. I want to ask you, did you lose money beforehand? How did you manage starting with just $100? Can you walk me through that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess even to go back a little bit further, like my current channel, I was doing so many other different crypto projects. I was in like the NFT space for a little bit, the node project space, like all sorts of things. And eventually I kind of like just stopped posting, kind of randomly came back, started seeing stuff about meme coins on Twitter. And I can't even remember like the first people I saw like on YouTube that I was watching videos about. Sucks. I really want to remember, but I did see Red. Red was like the earliest when I actually started just full diving in. But there's a few people before. Since I already kind of had this crypto portfolio like built up, I pretty much just used that money to start trading. And I think after a week, I lost like 20 grand, like something absolutely diabolical, bro. I was pretty messed up for a couple days. Then I pretty much like locked in, bro. I was trying to I was recording my trades. I was trying to figure out like why I was losing, what I was like, what I thought I knew was wrong. Like what you think is a funny isn't like objectively funny, maybe like to the masses.
Yeah.
And so I'm just learning like little stuff like that, and I'm learning like what rug pulls look like, all this stuff. And eventually I built that port back up. So I built 26K that I lost. I made it all back. And at that point I felt like I was pretty comfortable to like maybe start a new channel, but then I was like, I already have this crypto channel, so I kind of just rebranded it. And yeah, and you could go back and look at that stream. It was probably like the fourth stream where I had like 7 left, and I was like, all right, let's go from here, and much the rest is.
Damn, that is crazy. So I want to ask, like, is there something that clicked? Like, I mean, that's like a complete 180. Then you lose it, you get down to like 0.7 soul or whatever, and then you're able to just do a 180. Is there like a way that like it just clicked, or like a different method you started trying out? Like, what worked for you then?
So I think the biggest thing in trading meme coins, that I guess there's two real things that kind of changed like everything and like my whole thought process, like how all this works. Being able to understand what coins are just straight up rugs from like the jump is like extremely important. Not only from like the really obvious ones, like I mean, even somebody that's not really crypto adjacent, look at like, you know, the ones that shoot up immediately and are and just a little stair step. Like those ones are like a pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah.
But starting to understand like what bundles are, and like how bundles are basically like the new age rug, how they pretty much hide a new site, avoiding coins like that. Like, because bundles was where I was losing my money the most. Like, I'll get into a coin that I thought like had real motion. I'm like, oh shoot, this has a lot of volume. So you get in, and then as soon as a wallet appears in the coin that's not in the list of the bundles, then they just pull the rug on you. I think that's how most of them in general work. So really locking in and understanding that was huge for me. And then pretty much like conviction, I guess, is really just the main second thing.
Yeah.
Is like if you, after seeing thousands and thousands of coins, and I think it truly takes you doing that and like watching these coins migrate, seeing what coins 10 like typically objectively like run to pass migration.
Yeah.
Getting into those coins and just holding, not taking a little 10% and then just getting out, or like a 15% just getting out. I used to kind of preach that earlier on when I wasn't like super solid at trading. Like I was decent still, but not like the level I'm at now. Just holding, man. Being able to hold and not G'd out after every 2x or 3x. I think that was kind of the last like fundamental thing that I brought my trades from like 1 sol to 8.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So do you like, when you're identifying these coins that are good, do you have like a checklist or like a set of rules for the day or just for a certain coin that you follow, or no?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, for the most part, I would say like 80% of the time, I go down like a small little checklist. I'm like, all right, is the volume high enough? So is the volume
Okay.
like 20K plus?
Yeah.
That's important to like whether or not it's actually gonna attract people and catch. Because if it's anything lower than that, then it's it's pretty unlikely that that a coin is gonna run. The next thing is like obviously it's not bundled. It's not rug. Sure, I check that. Um, and then pretty much like the last thing would be, like, are there any is there any narrative behind it? Does it
Yeah.
have some sort of thing that is based on a media, some news event, something like that? Because generally those ones like always do really well.
Yeah.
And then like a few bonuses are just like like what calls are bigger calls in the project as well. Because obviously people do copy trade, that definitely that exists, and having big calls obviously eyes on it with volume and so on and so forth, and that could coin hundreds of thousands of market cap. So really just the first three, but the fourth one is like if you have all four of those, it's
Yeah.
almost a no-brainer to not get.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, people are getting rugged all the time. Like I think a lot of newbies that get into this are getting rugged a lot, which might, I think, like, I guess, push people away from meme coins in general. So I think that follows up with my next question. How long do you think meme coins are gonna last?
Man, so I asked myself that question back in December, and kind of moving to the new year already
Mm,
with Trump launching that meme coins, because that's where I made the biggest bag from. Trump launching that, seeing how Solana like shot up how it did, seeing the trenches pretty much almost revived, and it's a
yeah.
little bit slow now, but it's starting to pick back up. Think, man, I like I don't know the future, but I want to say it could either last to the end of the year or it could end up being like where pretty much news events and stuff like that like become memes and people it's kind
Yeah.
of just get into.
So forever. Like I think
Yeah,
RNG said something like that, where it's kind of like sports betting. You know what I mean? Like sports betting is always around. Like, will everything that is ever any meme, will it always just be like on chain? Will people always be betting on its popularity? You know?
yeah, and I mean I think so far that's just kind of proven to be the point. And like on top of that, it's like the meme that the actual root meme is still there. Like there still are some coins that are just literally straight up memes, like stupid, funny stuff like that that do end up running. Um, so like it's nice to see that those are still happening.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like longevity for like years and years to come, I think the news, political events, whatever, just news events in general, I think those coins are just always going to be made, and I think that's kind of going to be a big driver of why meme coin trading will be alive
Yeah.
till the end of
Honestly.
time.
I mean, I just hope like if this even can last another year, I think so many people are gonna eat. Like even if it's
Oh
another
yeah,
year, like that would be a crazy. Even 6 months would be crazy to be honest. But if it could be something that
I think
lasts
so.
forever, like
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I think 6 months for sure, man. I think 6 months, it like for sure. There's still at least that much left, but um, yeah. I mean, I truly think it could go like years and years.
okay. I want to go back to someone who is new getting into it, and I want to ask you, what would your biggest piece of advice right now be for someone who's trying to get into meme coins completely brand new?
Okay, yeah. So I think definitely the first thing I would say, and I try to say it a lot in my chat, try to help people out when they ask me. is like, don't just put money in. Like, don't just
Yeah.
like get in, put, you know, like $400 and just start trading, even if it's just small amount. Because nine times out of 10, you're gonna lose. Like I got in, I lost 26 bands like in 1 week, but then I literally spent 10 hours a day on top of my job, like, which is another 8 hours, learning and just locking in, like
Yeah.
not trading in, like for the next one. So, and that's what I would recommend for like a newbie. If you're starting to get in, don't use any money. Just imagine your position. So it's basically like paper trading, but that
Yeah.
doesn't really exist, like, you know, on any of
I
these
mean, coins.
platforms. Like,
Yeah.
but you can, you know, you just use the chart, mark position, be like, okay, this is where I would buy. Mark that chart and mark that position on the chart. See what the chart does. If the chart goes up, you know, like 20, 30, 40%, then consider that like a win. You know, mark it down somewhere as like, okay, cool, this coin I, you know, theoretically won. And do that for like 100 coins.
Yeah.
After you do that for like 100 coins, like calculate your win rate. Like how many times out of those 100 coins, if you won, you know, over 60%, 65%, like you 60+%, then I would say now you're in the position to actually be, you know, put some money in, because you
Yeah.
proved that out of 100 coins, you can win at least 60% of the. Then, you know, you start putting point one in, right? Put your fees all the way to the bottom, because you don't want to just get eaten by fees.
Yeah.
Start trading with point one. Like I did that like on stream. Like you could go back and look at my first streams when I came back to the channel, because I was trading with point one, point two, point three. And you can see progressively as I built up the wallet and got more comfortable with my positions and my confidence in the coins that I was buying, that now I can use one soul, soul, you know. And then you start getting even more comfortable. You start getting into bigger market cap coins, and then you start throwing 10 soul. But you have to progress, bro. And like,
Yeah.
and it sucks, but it's the time is key. Like trading meme coins is like, you know, playing guitar. I also mention that all the time in streams. You can't just pick up the guitar and just start ripping like Jimi Hendrix. You have to, learn everything, learn the chords, learn
Yeah.
how to even pluck the strings with your fingers. Like there's a lot of steps in between, but you know, the more time you put into it, obviously the more that it will return back. And I think that's the most important that I would tell somebody new getting into me. Put the time in, be patient with yourself. Eventually the money will.
Okay, so after they've done all that, how much do you think someone should realistically, how much soul should they put in to start trading meme coins? What do you think is a good amount?
Point one, man. Literally just like if you're creating a new wallet, you fit the 60+% win rate. You know, maybe put your wallet with one soul, trade with, you know, a tenth of your wallet, which I think is like the maximum you should be like as a new person.
Yeah.
Or the tenth of your wallet, which would be point one soul, and pretty much move from there, man. Like I said, exactly how you would paper trade, point one soul basically replicate, because point one soul isn't gonna move the chart. And
Yeah.
the more soul you put, you will start seeing the chart move. So you have to your strategy has to shift. But point one soul is gonna be just as equal to nothing. So your strategy that you got that 60+ win rate would apply directly to soul.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend. Point one soul, slowly build.
Okay. Trump coin. Let's talk about it, all right? Yeah. So my question here is, what's the most you made from one trade? But I think I know which coin it is.
Yeah,
Right, it's a Trump coin, right? But how much did you make from that?
Trump coin, I made about 150,000. Double check that.
Yeah, I see here. It says 130K on Good Morning Good Night. I don't know how accurate it is, but
Yeah, I made a bit more than that.
wow.
Closer to 200,000 actually. Closer
Damn.
to 200. I got a little bit in and out of some trades, providing some liquidity pool stuff. And yeah, dude, that, I mean, is the biggest trade, literally the biggest trade of my whole meme coin career for sure. Kind of fueled the wallet even more, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then I don't know if I'm looking at this right, but it seems you also ate off Melania as well. Did you make a lot
Yeah,
out of
so
that as well?
Melania was so weird. Melania kind of ruined everything, but but like so I lost a little bit more on Trump. Like I was up a lot more, but I lost some more on Trump because of Melania. I
Yeah.
opened up some liquidity pools. It was a whole thing, but I ended up losing a little bit of my profit from Melania. I ended up rotating some of it into Melania, and I made a little bit, not too much.
So how much did you put into Trump coin when it actually went down, and when did you get in?
So man, that I still remember that day because I had this cyst on my freaking tailbone, and I was just dying that day. And some people in the Discord are like, hit me up. They're like, hey, like Trump actually dropped a meme coin. So I'm just like getting up, out of the tub because that was the only safe place for me at that point, and crawling my way to my computer, and we're just all there trying to even figure out if it's real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how we could have got in so early. But anyways, I think I initially got in at 1 bill. I got in at
Yeah.
1 bill. I put
Holy.
in, it wasn't a lot, dude. I think it was only like 1,000 or 2,000, and I got sketched out and I just pulled out. I think I ended up losing like a soul, and we kept going back. We were like trying to figure it out. Like, is this real? Is this real? And then he posted again on Truth Social, like political, and the
Yeah.
meme coin thing was still there. So it's like at that point, surely this has to be real. So I think my first port, I got in at 5 mil. I think I put like a little bit over 10. And
How much did you put
then,
in? Wait, sorry, you cut out there.
I put in a little bit over 10 grand.
Damn. Okay.
And then I was looking at it. He posted again on X, and that already was like confirmation. So I think I put another like 20 or so grand at like 13.
Yeah.
And pretty much rode it all the way to the top and sold the top. So it was pretty nice.
Crazy. Is there
Yep.
anything you regret from that day?
I just regret not blasting like before 1 bill. Yeah,
Can you imagine a 10 grand buy at 1 bill? Even.
Man, it's a lot, dude.
Yeah,
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
That definitely is my biggest regret. I should have just kind of full sent it, 'cause I mean I wouldn't have been out of money if I would have lost it all. I think I was a little bit too afraid to put, 5-figure plus to something that I truly don't know is real. But
Yeah.
I think just thinking about it now, it's sometimes things in crypto come up that are risky, but the riskiest things have the biggest rewards. And I think
It's true.
Trump coin kind of proves that, as people made millions of dollars.
Yeah. When did you sell Trump coin then? Because now it's at 15 billion, which is crazy because it was at 75 just before the. Like it was gonna push to 100 if the Melania coin didn't come out, and then that just sucked the liquidity out of it.
It dropped disgusting. I want to say I sold toward the top, so I sold somewhere in like the 70, like the 65 to. Literally like kind of the top.
Crazy.
I think if Melania wouldn't have came out, I think Trump would have been an easy 100 bill.
What do you think it'd be sitting at now? 15 bill it's at right now. 16 bill actually.
Yeah,
Do you think it could be higher than 100? No, yeah.
I think that if Melania wouldn't have came out, I think it would have at least touched 100 bill, like FT. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's hard to say.
How do you know when, all right, obviously you put in like 10, 20, 30 grand total, right? You're talking about here into this Trump coin, right? How do you know when do you decide how much you want to put in? Because obviously you can't put 30 grand into like a pump one coin, but how do you know when you want to full port something or something like that? How do you get the conviction? Or what lines up for you?
I think when it's, you know, a bigger cap coin like this, you really just have to have to dive into it. Like, is it legit? Like,
Hmm.
I think just verifying that it's real, like it from the perspective of being the most safe possible. You you pretty much just have to, bro. Like you have to look up everything about it. Make sure you're
Yeah.
not getting into a scam. I think that's really, really important. Um, but like I said, the biggest money is where the risk is.
Yep.
And you know, if you just quickly check off all the boxes, like whether it's not mutable, not freezable, all like kind of the basic things, sometimes you just have to afford it. Put what you can, put like the most you can, where it goes.
All right, I'm gonna flip that question on its head, and I want to ask you, what is the most you have ever lost in one trade?
Oh man, the most I ever lost in a trade, probably gonna be hard to say on chain, but it's definitely gonna be um well, if we're talking about like negative on one coin,
Yeah.
like just in total, then it's gonna be the Trump coin, because I made a lot of money from that, but I also lost, I want to say like 30 or so grand on like just that coin because of the millennia
Yeah.
coming out. But on one specific coin, man, besides Trump, I want to say like 10 grand. And I think it uh was what's his name? What's his name came out with the coin, the box, Ryan Garcia, man. So Ryan Garcia came out with it, and it was kind of like the same tokenomic as the Trump coin. But I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason, I was just thinking it was gonna do Trump numbers. I put in just a ridiculous amount of money. I think I put like 100 grand,
Sorry, how much?
and I put like 100 grand.
Wait,
Yeah,
give the CA for this coin. What
I
was
put.
it?
Let me see. Let me see. Uh, yeah, I think it was just called Ryan.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here, but it's giving me some stuff that's pretty old.
God, I'm like,
100 grand. That's crazy.
yeah, because I thought it was gonna have, you know, the same kind of
The Trump effect.
impact. Yeah, but
Yeah.
nah, it's far from. And yeah, I ended up losing like 10, 15, and about like it was actually brutal. It was actually extremely.
That is brutal. That is brutal. Would that be the day you lost the most amount of money, or is there a day that you've lost like even more, like a really tilting day that you revenge traded or whatever? And I mean, besides the 20 grand you lost on your first week.
No, I think other than that, just kind of the whole Melania coin coming out, me losing, you know, like the 30 or so grand on Trump. I think that was probably just my biggest loss, like at one moment.
Yeah.
Aside from the Ryan coin as well, but yeah, I think Melania, like it. Oh man, dude, I wonder a world where she never did that, because
Honestly,
I
same,
truly
yeah.
think Trump would have went absolutely in. But yeah, I mean, I did, like I said, I did end up making most of it back from Melania,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll say that was probably my biggest loss. 30 grand, then 15, 10, 15 Ryan, then yeah, 26 the
It's like
tuition
someone's whole
fee.
wage, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Off one
it was
trade.
pretty bad, pretty bad.
I want to ask you, this is like more of a personal question, but why do you live stream yourself trading? So is there a reason
So
for
I
it?
think,
Yeah, go on.
yeah, so I think one of the biggest things about crypto, like kind of in general, like the biggest downfalls of crypto is it's full of scammers. I think it's just full of people that are, you know, they have malicious intent. You know, they're just crypto in general, right? Rug pulls after rug pulls. You could go pull up meme scope or pulse or whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
see all the coins that are being rugged every day. And I think for me, there's a lot of people that make YouTube videos, um, about meme coins, like how to trade, but they're not like really they don't really do it at the end of the day. Like they kind of like they talk about it, they may make some videos, but they don't really do it. And I
Yeah.
think like watching somebody actually do it is it changes your perspective because
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, this guy made this video about how to trade. He gave me all these good tips, but I'm not actually seeing him trade. And like, some people make videos of where they're live trading meme coins and video,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you can edit that pretty easily to not show your losses. And the biggest thing with me, it's like I want to show people when I'm
Where
at
you
my
lose as
top, and I want
well.
to show people, yeah, when I'm at my bottom, and I have all those. I have days where I lost 7 grand. I have days where I lost, and all of these are like on stream. And it's just like people need to know the reality is like of you're not always gonna win. Like even the best traders on the don't win unless you're cupsy.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're cupsy. Then yeah, you're winning every day. But um, even the best traders lose. So I want to make that very clear that when people that watch me trade, and I want it to be like a space where somebody can ask me a question of
Yeah.
like
And
where do I
answer
get
it directly.
started? Yeah, and just be able to actually just interact with my community and kind of just let them know. I think one of the biggest things that I kind of stand by, like as a creator, is like I don't really do any courses or anything like that. I
Yeah.
make my Discords free, all that kind of thing, just because I want people to have the best opportunity they can. And I think just me not charging them for that. I mean, obviously, if they want to support me with like Twitch and all that stuff, they
Yeah.
can. An option that they can. Obviously, just watching me in general supports all the platforms as well. But I just wanted to make it, so just a easy place you could go to ask a question,
Yeah.
kind of start your own journey.
I want to ask, how do you find it when you're having a losing day on stream? Because, like, let's say if you're down, like you have a P&L on your on your stream that says you're down 5 grand. Surely people are
Right.
coming into the chat and they're, I don't know, either clowning you or hating on you or whatever, just cause, How do you find that?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's when all the rage baiters come out. So sometimes I'll play along. I'll go a little crazy on stream. Just to be a little bit entertaining. But I think realistically, it's just when you have a down day like that, you just kind of have to really like figure out why. Like what are
Mhm.
you doing? Like why? Like there's a reason why you're down. And I've had streams where I've been down, like 4 grand, 5 grand, whatever it is, and I bring it all the way back up, and I end the stream with like plus soul.
Yeah.
That and I think it's just you definitely have to take the emotions out of the trades. You need
Yeah.
to trade purely with logic, purely with statistics, what you're seeing. Sometimes you'll, like you said, you can revenge trade. You'll try to get back into a position in a coin that truly doesn't have any potential to keep going up. So you just kind of just take the emotional bit out
Yeah.
of it and just really just go off logic. Then once you learn, you'll learn from your mistakes, and you'll just, like I said, once you figure out why you're losing, flip that switch, you'll get back what you lost and going. But if you are having, seems like you're just having a bad day, can't really focus, um, and hard for you to kind of take the emotions out that day, be done.
Yeah.
Or take a break, take an hour
Yeah, I
break,
agree.
come back later. But yeah, a lot of people, they'll just keep going.
Okay,
Take the emotions.
I wanna ask, like a lot of viewers that are watching are probably people who are starting and maybe they're making small gains or they're breaking even or something like that, right? Maybe they're trading with a certain amount and they're doing decent, they're making decent gains. But how can you what advice would you give them so that they could scale it up to your level? Where if I'm looking here, you've got $8,000 days, $1,000 days, $2,000 days, $5,000 days, like consistently. How can you scale it up to that? Do you think?
Yeah, so I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying in the very beginning of like holding is key. Like holding a coin is the best thing that has happened to me as a trader.
Yeah.
Being able to hold a coin to like being able to round trip a coin. And it sounds really dumb. It's like, I mean, why would you want to round trip a coin? It's because that skill helps take out the emotional aspect of if you like you have to have conviction in what you buy. And if
Yeah.
you're not willing to hold something, say you get in at 15K. If you're not willing to hold something all the way up to migration, like maybe sure you could take a little bit of 20%.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing to hold that all the way, then you're never gonna hold, you're never gonna be able to scale and be able to put 20
Yeah.
soul into a coin at 200,000 market cap and hold that thing to 1 million because you're training yourself that hey, I'm gonna get in and I'm just gonna get out because maybe yesterday I was losing. Like people just have to get out of that mentality. You have to have the ability to holding like legitimately changed everything. It's how I went from maybe 500 1,000 days, like you're seeing 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 15,000. I had 20,000 days. Like those days came as soon as I started holding, and you can go back and look at when
Yeah.
that happened. You can see literally the day that happened. um that was the day I kind of changed my mentality about holding coins. I think that's realistically the only way you can scale. You can look at
Yeah.
some of the biggest players on the planet, like Frank, like Profits. They'll blast, 10, 20,000 at like 4 million. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Where people wouldn't even like have the conceptual thought of ever doing that.
Yeah.
Like most people will look at that and be like, oh my God, why are they top blasting at 4
Yeah.
million? And it's because they've been in the game for years. They understand what they're buying, and that's the type of conviction you have to have. Going from new pairs all the way up to migrate.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Nah, that's really insightful, actually. Just being able
Yep.
to hold through something like that. Um, yeah, it's actually it's changed my perception that you just have to yeah, like even like you were saying, round tripping is you got to be prepared to do that. And you got to
Yep.
be prepared to hold everything through the dips so that you can get it to migration or even more like that. But yeah, it is crazy because people like Frank, they are literally aping in like I see Frank often 30,000, and it's like you think he's top blasting it or something like that, and the trade works
Yeah.
out in the end. It's crazy. He just
Yeah.
knows how
And
to do
and
it. It's just
and,
experience.
and they don't win all the time either. And
Yeah,
it's something that you can see, right? If you just follow some of these massive calls, like they don't win all the time. They may top blast, and it might be a top blast and they end up losing. But it's you can't look at all that they've lost. You have to look at everything in like the totality of what it is. And we look at like a wallet like Frank, he made millions of dollars. A wallet like Profit, they made millions of dollars. So a lot of people have this bad, um, I don't know, just like I guess thought process. Seeing somebody lose, may lose like a couple of days in a row, just kind of take them out. Like, oh, like, and this guy doesn't really know what he's doing. But they're not really looking at the whole picture. They're not
yeah,
they're not really seeing that okay, he had these two bad trades, but the next trade he made 2 days later, he made everything he lost and some. So
yeah.
that's just kind of how you just look at it from a monthly basis, not a
Yeah, super insightful. Well, listen, Ghosty, that was my last question there. I want to thank you so much for coming on to the interview. I think you absolutely killed it. I think everybody here should be following you on YouTube, on Twitch. Go watch his live streams trade. He's such a down-to-earth person. And as well, he's just live streaming everything, right? You can see his progress from the beginning, and it's really good trading. If you're trading on your own, you could keep your stream in the background. But I definitely think you guys should go out and follow him. Is there anything else you want to plug, bro?
man. No, man. I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Of course.
So you're a
Killing
super
it.
solid guy, bro, and you're a great trader yourself, dude. I see your wallet. I've seen what you've done. And I really appreciate you having me, man. I mean, yeah, pretty much Ghosty everywhere with the 0.
Yeah.
Twitch, Kick, Twitter, all of that.
Yeah,
For having me.
bad, bro, bad. Well, listen, guys, go check out Ghosty. Yeah, I think he killed this interview. But that's gonna be it for the end of the video, anyways. If you guys have any ideas on who I should interview next, or if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to Ghosty as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me and Ghosty. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Later.